Hello and welcome to the Fancy Football Podcast. This is 20th of July 2024, and we'll look at the latest transfer from the area of Manchester United on this podcast this afternoon. Sorry. Uh, it's nice to be here once more, and we'll be talking football and football. We'll be looking at how close is Joshua Zirkzee's deal to Manchester United, and why the deal between for signing Jane Claire Todibo from Nice went off. And also we'll look at in the area of Bayern Munich, we'll look at Palhinha to Bayern Munich and how close that deal is. Talks are ongoing currently to see how to meet at the middle end between Fulham and Bayern Munich. But this is what it is. It's good to be here once more, and kindly subscribe to Fancy Football if you like what we are doing. It's been a while that we've been on air because we are trying to make one or two changes on Fancy Football, trying to modify our programs, trying to ensure that we are aligned with what our fans need, what our viewers need, and hopefully we will bring you the best in Fancy Football. Okay, let's go on to what we have today. Let's look at Zirkzee. If you look at Zirkzee, that deal itself for Joshua Zirkzee, we all expect that deal to come true. We all expect that the United fans and the non-United fans expect the deal to come true because the deal has been hijacked from AC Milan. Currently, I think AC Milan are out of that deal, and talks are ongoing. The price is fixed 34 million euros thereabouts, but I think United still need to up that price because it is Manchester United. But let's see what will happen at the end of the day. Yes, we know it is United, but we also hope that that deal come true. If you're a United fan out there, kindly tell me what you think about that deal. Many people are surprised that United are going for another young striker. I think it's all about the rebuilding a team. If it is not a quick fix, and that is why I keep on telling the United fans, you cannot have a quick fix to that team. That team has to be rebuilt from head to toe, and you need younger players to do that. Yeah, it might take time. Yes, it might take a lot of grinding and mourning from the United fans, but there is no quick fix in football. You have to fix it gradually, maybe 2 or 3 transfer window, and get to where other clubs are, the likes of Real Madrid, the likes of Manchester City, the likes of Barcelona. You have to get to that place, but there is no quick fix to that. So for most of us, we expect that deal to go through, and the deal has to go through, no matter how it is, no matter how gloom and dark it is for United. And we also had Sir Jim Ratcliffe on Bloomberg this morning talking about where he wants the club to be. I think it's an ambition. You should not. It's an ambition, and that ambition has to go through. The United fans have to understand that that ambition, it's not a sprint but a marathon, and it has to go through gradually before they get back to where they were in the 1990s and in the early 2000s, where they dominated both European and English football. So let's come back to the issue of Zirkzee. I think for me, he's a young player. If you look at his stats, a very, very good young player that, for me, I think he needs no introduction. It's a player that United should sign. It's a player that every club will love to sign. His touch, his movement. We all know that he's coming up from a footballing background nation, the Holland, and the way they play football, the way they teach players how to play football is immaculate. We need to understand that. So the United fans also need to be patient with it. If that deal goes in, the United fan needs to be patient with the young player, just as the way we were patient with Rasmus Højlund as well. So that is what it is. Okay, I think we have somebody commenting. Update from Bayern. I think we'll come to that. From Bayern Munich, forever 06. Yeah, a United fan, a Bayern Munich fan forever 06. We'll come to that very soon about Palhinha. We'll tell you about that. So kindly subscribe to our channel. Kindly like this video, please. If you're watching us, wherever you're watching us from, kindly like this video. We'll come to that Palhinha deal. I think that deal is close for that Palhinha deal, but we'll give you much more update about Palhinha. Okay, for Zirkzee, I think if you look at his style of play, if you look at the way he attacks, if you look at the way he's touch, yes, he might have scored 14 goals in all competition last season, which is not really bad for a young player. He's coming up. He also, I think, just like Rasmus Højlund, you have him and Rasmus Højlund, we can just build that dynasty that United built in the early 2000 with Ronaldo, Carlos Tevez, and Wayne Rooney up front, or with Ronaldo, Berbatov, and Wayne Rooney up front. You can build that dynasty back. You can build that whole call attacking force where you have three good players, three young players, energetic, that can score goals, that can attack, that can defend, and that can do a whole lot of things. So this is what I think is in the mindset of the current United board and led by Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So I just think that if this deal with Zirkzee goes in, then it will be a wonderful, wonderful thing for United fan. I think it is going to be a wonderful thing. Two young strikers. Yes, people say you need a striker that can score 20 odd goals. I think it's much more like you can have it. Okay, take for instance Bayern Munich. They had a striker that can give you 30 odd goals in this, but they failed to win the league. It is not all about scoring for me. You have to balance the team. The team has to be well balanced. And if you look at Manchester United last season, that team, sorry to say, to any United fan out there, that team wasn't really balanced. That team didn't really have the cutting edge. They had a midfield that was inconsistent. I think the only consistent individual in that midfield was Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro came in and went out. Amrabat came in and went out. Kobe didn't start the season not until the Everton game where he started his first game, and he was impressive and he has nailed his spot in that midfield. He was only constant figure in that midfield. So if we all look at how the setup is for United, the team wasn't really balanced all through. The team was all balanced. So you need a balanced team. For me, I think United should have those quick young players up front. Yes, Garnacho did his best. Rashford was in and out of form. So this is what I think it should be going forward. Players have to be signed based on the style of play of the manager, based on what the club philosophy is going forward. Yes, Sir Jim mentioned this morning on Bloomberg once more that he wants United to be where Real Madrid is. Yeah, for United to be where Real Madrid is, it takes a whole lot of things. Real Madrid, they for the past decade or 2 decades, they've never fizzled out. They were in and out around there, consistently getting that Champions League spot. But United, this season they will be in the Champions League. Next season they will be out. This season they will be in the Champions League. Next season they will be out. It has always been like this, like that. You cannot have that consistency if you are in and out of the Champions League. And that will hinder you from attracting good players. That will hinder you from attracting the best players in the world. That is how I see it. But I don't know how you see it. Let's look at the Zirkzee profile itself. Let's look at how this player has fared so far, so good. For Joshua, let's look at his profile and see. It's a player for me I really like. If we all look at him, we'll discover that. Let's look at his profile. These are the things we have. We're talking about Zirkzee. Look at him, Joshua Zirkzee to United close. Let's look at his profile and see what he will bring to Manchester United. Okay. Okay. This is it. Okay, this is Zirkzee. Look at his profile. 23 years of age, which is a good profile for a player. He joined Bologna from Bayern Munich in August 2002. His contract will expire in 2026, so that means he has two more seasons in his two more years in his contract, and that will be so. And he has a release clause of 34 million euros. They're about 40. 34 million pounds. They're about 43 million euros. So I think it's a good bargaining price if United go for him. It's a good bargaining price. He scored 12 goals last season, assist 6 in 37 matches. In all, and in 37, which encompass all competition. He's been linked to AC Milan, Real Madrid, and Manchester United. But so far, so good. United are the only team showing interest in him. United are the only team showing that interest in him. United are the only team that are coming for him now, because I think one or two issues with his deal with respect to the agent. I think if United can mitigate that in terms of what the agent gets at the end of the day, I think that would be really good. That would be really good for him. So tell me what you think about this transfer. Let's know. Let's talk about it. Send me a message, like, subscribe to Fancy Football, and also we can engage ourselves in this conversation about Zirkzee. So, guys, the next thing I also want us to talk about now is for the Bayern Munich fans. They want to know negotiation between Bayern and Fulham for Joao Palhinha. How the current updates now for Joao Palhinha. So for Joao Palhinha, let's see what the current update is. Okay, I think for this deal, for this Joao Palhinha's deal, I think it's ongoing. We can't really fault it for now. It's ongoing. The Joao Palhinha's deal is ongoing, and let's hope that at the end of the day, everybody comes out smiling at the end of the day. This is also what I think with respect to the Joao Palhinha's deal. He's a player Bayern did come for last summer. They also came for him again in the January transfer window. They came for him, and we also how that was really going with Joao Palhinha. They tried to sign him, and towards the end of that January transfer, something really happened along the line. Now, this is what happened along the line at that time. I think paperwork wasn't submitted on time. The deal was about 40-something million pounds from Fulham to Bayern. The deal was agreed by both parties. Personal terms with the players was also agreed. But what happened at the end of the day? Paperwork wasn't submitted on time. Now Bayern Munich have realized that yes, they have to get this midfielder. This midfielder is so important. If you look at his profile, close to 80 plus tackles, close to 76 or 70 interception he made in the entire of last season. I think what a midfielder is, the number of grounds he has covered in that Fulham team, that is what has kept Fulham in the Premier League. So I think Fulham will be losing a very big asset if he leaves. Let's look at what he gave Fulham last season. Let's look at it, because I will not be saying it with the stats. The stats says it all. Okay, let's look at it. It's a different. Let's look at the stats. The stats says it all for him. Look at it. Look at it. In the EPL, 84. He has the highest number of tackles in the EPL. These are not just. He has the highest number of tackles. He has been on that chart of the highest number of tackles from week to week in the Premier League. So it is not just a may say that he has. The only player that have come close to him in the EPL, there are only few players that have come close to him in the EPL. There are only few of them that have come close, but he's there on top of the chart. Weeks to weeks, he rank up that tackle. So Vincent Company, we also want him as an additional asset. And for now, if you look at the Bayern Munich team, you don't have that individual that gives the defense a cover, and that is why Bayern are going for him. They realize that they don't have that individual. They know that, and they know that. Okay, somebody else. Okay, somebody. So we'll come back to those messages. So let's interact. Let's keep on interacting. Keep sending your messages, please. Keep liking. Just give us, if you're watching fancy football now, just like this video. Just like the video. I think that's what we want. Like the video. Thank you for your questions. We'll come back to your questions when we come to the interactive session of this video. So when you look at Bayern, they don't have this defensive cover in front of the defense. Now they have Opokano, who is not really a very good defender. For me, I don't know why they really signed him, but hopefully, I think they are trying to get somebody else into that team. They have Michele Delete, who is not really consistent. He's 25, 26 years old, but I think at this time of his age, he has to be consistent. They have what's the guy from South Korea, also not consistent. Yeah, I think he's also not consistent, but a very big experienced defender that came in from Italy, and you expect him to lead that back line very well, but he hasn't been. So why Bayern Munich are really going for this guy is that they want that cover in front of the defense, and this guy can do the work. He can do the work. Palhinha can do the work. He can do the work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and twice on Sunday as well. That's a statement from one of my colleagues. So he can do this job very, very well. So that is why they want him. Let's move over to where the state of the deal is now for Joao Palhinha. Let's move over to where the state of the deal. Let's move over to that for the state of the deal. Sorry, guys. Sorry. So for the state of the deal is that Fulham, like I said, value Joao Palhinha for a open amount of £60 million, and we all know that. But we all know that it doesn't. The market valuation for Joao Palhinha doesn't get to £60 million. I think if you look at what Fulham want is, I think Fulham want about £45 million for Japan, 45, £60 million. I don't know what you guys think is out there. So, but just tell me, what do you think is the market evaluation for on the chat section? What is the market evaluation for Japan? Is it worth £60 million currently in this current transfer market for Japan? Yes, he's a Portuguese, but does he worth £60 million? If you feel that Joao Palhinha worth £15 million, because every player has a value, but clubs put out value there to ensure that they have a bargaining price. So I think currently now Bayern are willing to pay £40 million. That is the current situation for Joao Palhinha. Forever 06, that is the current situation. So what Bayern are willing to pay is £40 million. But I think Fulham want a region of 45 to £50 million. £45 million, I'm sure is the correct transfer value for Joao Palhinha. That is what it is. That £45 million is the correct transfer value for Joao Palhinha, and we cannot wish that away. That is what the player wants. Take it or leave it. It is what he wants. I don't think he wants £60 million. I don't think Bayern Munich are willing to pay or even think that he was £60 million. But currently now they are willing to offer 40 million pounds, maybe 45 plus add-ons if they qualify for if they go to the final of the Champions League, or if they win the German Bundesliga, that amount can come in. But that is the current state of that deal, and we hope that at the end of the day, Bayern get their man. They will get their man definitely, because they are a big club, and Fulham needs the money, especially with the RSP, with the PSLR, that is the financial fair play rule in the Premier League. They need that money to be able to sign new players, to be able to do one or two things with regards to their current squad now. Sign somebody else that will replace him. I think they need that money. So tell me what you think about the cost price for Palhinha? Does Palhinha worth £60 million? Let me know out there. Tell me if you think he worth £60 million, and we'll we will we will know where we'll put it. But for me, I don't think he worth 50 million. Okay, let me just put it. If you think, okay, let me just put the question out there. Do you think that? Do you think that Joao Palhinha worth £60 million? Please let me know. Do you think that Joao Palhinha worth £60 million? Please, let's find out from you guys. If his market evaluation worth £60 million, so let me know. I think I've put the question out there. Okay, hold on. Okay, sorry, just a little bit of correction, please. So, do we think that the player worth £60 million? So let me know, please. For Forever 06, do you think that Joao Palhinha worth £60 million? If he was £60 million, let me know. And but for me, I don't think he worth £60 million. I don't think so. But let's see where we go from here. Let us find out from you guys. Kindly like, share, subscribe to Fancy Football if you like what you are doing. Okay, Forever 06 thinks that he worth around £45 million. So you agree with me? Yeah. Thank you so much for agreeing with me. Okay, let's move over. Let's continue our discussion with Joao Palhinha. So, like I said, Bayern need that cover for the defense, and that cover is not there at the moment. If you look at the Bayern Munich midfield for last season, there was no cover. There was no cover. It's just because they have ball carrying players that can really sit down in the front of not really sitting down, but they can really carry the ball for the team. And that is why I just think that at the end of the day, they were able to excel, but not it wasn't really good enough. But with Joao Palhinha, you have that cover for the team. You have those players that are coming in that and giving shield to the team wherever it is needed. And that was really, really excellent for him, for the team. And that's why they didn't really perform well last season. I don't think. I think this is the one of the worst Bayern Munich season in the past decade. It was the worst Bayern Munich season for me. Yes, they didn't really do well last season, and also they were dominated by smaller teams in games. By Stuttgart, we saw their match against home. The match they played against Bayern Leverkusen, the eventual winners of the Bundesliga that went all season unbeaten. At home, they drew. They traveled to the Bayern Arena, and also they lost. So it's just because no defensive cover, no defensive cover for the defenders in front. You need one player to do that job for you. And Thomas Tuchel have been saying, "I need this player." Last season, I need, and eventually that was what got him fired at the end of the day. So let's move on from Paulinho to the French guy. So the French midfielder. Okay, let me see. Okay, Jean-Claude Todibo. Now, news out there, not that news out there, it is what it is. There was a breaking news yesterday that Todibo cannot sign for Manchester United. Now, the reason is this. The reason is that Nice are in the UEFA Cup. I mean, the European competition. Sorry, or you can use the word the Conference League. Man United are also in the Europa Cup. Now, they are in that competition, and the owners of Man United, part owners of Man United, are also the owners of Nice, and it has been stated clearly that you cannot sign a player that you own from another club. It is stated clearly. For instance, Man City cannot do a deal with Girona. That is clear. So Man United also can also not do a deal with with what they call with Nice for Todibo, and that is what it is. It is what it is, and it has to be said. But for me, it's a sad rule because you have to have an independent body to monitor these transfers. Something else can be done. It's not good for the player because that's his ambition to go and play for United. He wants to play for United, and that ambition has been stopped at the moment. But what can you do? What can you do as a club? You cannot do much more as a club. So, and that is why we this rule have to change. I don't know what you think. This rule has to change. For me, it's not an unfair rule, but it's a rule that that it can be looked into going forward. You can look into this rule going forward and say, okay, this rule can be changed in one or two ways because it's affecting players, it's affecting ambitions of the players. We all know Todibo, a French defender, and he's a very good defender. Let's look at his profile. Let's look at his profile and see. Look at his profile. A centre back, 24 years of age, which is within that profile that you want for a defender at this moment. He's very young, very agile. He's a French international as well. He joined Nice. I think he has been traveling. He has played for Toulouse, played for Barcelona, played for various different clubs in Europe as a young player. Now he has established himself in this Nice team when he joined them 2 years ago or 3 years ago from Benfica. Then if you also look at okay, sorry, I think his contract. Sorry, there's a typing error. His contract with Nice will end 2027. Somebody's asking me update from Federico Chiesa. Federico Chiesa should stay. For me, I think I saw that news about Bayern wanting to sign Chiesa, but I think he should stay in. I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think he's going to command forever 06. Chiesa is going to command a huge transfer fee. Let's tell ourselves the truth. If Bayern wants to sign Chiesa, he's going to command a huge transfer fee. So I'll come back to that hopefully when we're talking about in the next 3 minutes. So uh, uh, look at him. His market evaluation is at 34 million euros. I think, which is good for a defender. He can't go more than that. They can't compare United or any other team to pay that amount. Then he has made 69%. I think he made 69% of his duel. He won 69% of his duel, 55% of his duel. Sorry. He 58 tackles he made last season and 38 interception, which is relatively average for a defender for over the course of 30 matches. So if you look at average of 1.5 interception or 2.5 interception and half interception per game. Have no yes 2 interception or 1 interception per game. So when you look at it, so he still have a room for improvement, and he's also linked to Bayern Munich forever 06. He's linked to Bayern Munich. That's Todibo, but he wants the United move because he feels that United move will be good for him. So let's talk about, let's interact now. So send in your message so that we can interact and we can talk about football as a whole now at this moment. So let's go back. Okay. I only have one person that thinks that forever 06 you think that okay, Palhinha is around 40 to 45 million euros. I think that is good. Palhinha should cost that amount, 40 to 45 million euros. That's good. You also want to find out about an update on Federico Chiesa. I told you that deal is going to cost you. It's going to cost any team close to 100 million euros or 100 plus million euros, and Juventus will not let him go. We all know that Thiago Motta is a new manager now. and he wants Federico Chiesa to lead the line for him. So that's good but if Bayern Munich want Chiesa in their team, I think they have to cough out a huge amount of money, which is close to 100+ million euros. So um Bibi this low. Okay. He sent us a message. He said, United, I like Zexis. Welcome to United. Okay, that's good. Hopefully, he will be. We hope he will be United player, because the way Ineos are moving with that deal, the way they want that deal to come through, I think they want to take deal by deal before United travel for their summer for their preseason tour to the United States. So they want to do virtually 70% of their business even before the end of the Euros, as the Euros is going on now. So that's a good one. Okay, what else again? So more questions again. Tell me, which player do you want your club to sign in this summer transfer window? If you're watching us, which player do you want your club to sign? Bayern, AC Milan, Real Madrid, um, Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea. Which player do you want? Chelsea have been doing they've been going for younger players this time in the transfer piece, just like the way they did last season. They went for Kopama. They went for a lot of younger players, Mikhail Modric. So I think they've been going for younger players. So let's see which player do you want your club to sign in this transfer window? Let's see. So let's come back to Zexis for the United fans. For me, I think I also want to ask. So let me ask: Do you think? Do you think that Zexis fits the right profile of players of players? Zexis will fit into the United team. Okay. So let's keep talking. Do you think that Joshua Zirkzee will fit into the Manchester United? So let's see. If you think Joshua Zirkzee will fit into this Manchester United team, so let me know. Let me know. Share your opinion with me as we continue to go. So we are we are on the Have Your Say segment. So let's keep talking about these players, and let's see where they will be in the next 10 minutes, and let's see if the deal, if you are confident enough that that deal is going to go through for these players. If you are confident enough that Zexis United is going to go through, let me know. If you are confident enough that Palhinha to United to not to United to Bayern Munich is going to go through as well, let me know on the chat segment, and tell me also what you feel about this show, so that we can make much more improvement to the show. Just tell me, feel free to tell me what you feel about this podcast that we're having currently now, the Fancy Football Podcast, the Fancy Podcast. Sorry. So let me know. Okay, let's move on. There are also other updates. I think updates are coming in. So let me go through the current updates that we have, or that we have currently now, so that we can ensure that people. There are also other updates coming currently as we are live. So let me go through it and see. Okay, Weghorst, I think remember the lone striker last season for Manchester United, last 2 seasons. Sorry, I think talks are going on for him to go back to Ajax from Wolfsburg. I think you will know that it's in Germany, and negotiations are going on. I think actually Weghorst is a player of Burnley as we speak. He's a Burnley player, but uh he plays outside the Premier League currently now. He plays with Wolfsburg. So I think all parties will be talking about his deal. Back Vegas, we saw him score a goal. So a negotiation between Martin and Aston Villa is also going currently as we speak now. Aston Villa over personal terms before they progress with the deal. Ian Martin is a Dutch left back. We saw him in the Champions League final for Borussia Dortmund. There's talk now between Aston Villa and Ian Martin over personal time before the deal that deal between the two clubs talk over his between Chelsea and Aston Villa. So because I don't think they what's the name Borussia Dortmund can afford him around 30 to 40 million pounds, and Borussia Dortmund are only willing to pay 25 million pounds. So that's what it is. So let's move on and let's see. So there are more deals coming in. Okay. For Aston Villa also, Everton have completed Everton now. I think that's a done deal. Over 2 hours ago, Everton has completed the deal to sign Aston Villa midfielder Timi Iherubo for a fee of around £9 million. Medical to follow shortly. That's from Fabrizio Romano. They are also looking to sign Jack Harrison as well from a loan deal from Leeds United. So Everton are moving quickly with their deal. We also know that today confirmed that Leicester City have appointed Steve Cooper, not Steve Cooper, former Nottingham Forest manager. They've appointed that as their new head coach until 2027. Cooper replaced Enzo Maresca that went to Chelsea recently. So they've used that money to replace to sign to get somebody else. Let's see if okay. I think for now that those are the deals we have so far. So good, and let's see. Let's hope that those deals will those that are done deals are done deals. Those that are not done deals, they will fall through. So I think that's a good one. That's a good one for clubs that are doing their transfer business currently now. So uh, we are coming to the end of the show. Like I say, thank you for watching us. I can't start mentioning name. Forever oh 06, let me just mention a name. Thank you for interacting with us today. Thank you also, Abibi Dislo, for also interacting with us today. We'll come with an exciting new show tomorrow by this time, 12 noon, hopefully. Will be our time to have to speak to you once more on the Fancy Podcast with exciting and a good story to talk about. Also, watch some of our videos. We'll also be live twice tomorrow. Hopefully, Nonso will be here as well. We'll come and talk the Euros as well tomorrow. Hopefully, and we'll see where it takes us to. Me, you, on this channel called Fancy Football. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you.